Hello, friends, and welcome to today's episode. He could handle this in a number of ways. He could try to ignore it, but that probably wouldn't work for long, and he would end up pulling out all his hair. He could put up a sign, but a no trespassing sign would be much too harsh. He didn't know that the answer was at a nearby shop and would only cost $2. Getting a security camera for the front of Dave's house was a no-brainer. It was a high-end package with all the bells and whistles and a handy app that let him know right away if someone got close to his house. At first, it seemed like a great plan. It wasn't the first time someone stole his Amazon package or did something small and annoying that the cops didn't do much about. Even though it was a nice area, the new system was very much appreciated. But at the time, he didn't know how annoying it would be. It started with a beep that let him know someone was on the big concrete slab in front of his house. Dave pulled out his phone and felt like a secret spy ready to catch a sneaky thief. But what he saw in the driveway was nothing like what he had thought. A little boy who couldn't have been more than 4 years old raced his blue and green bicycle around his yard. The child had set off his alarm by chance while he was zipping. Dave laughed and put away his phone. Oh well, I guess things like this had to happen. But he would soon find out that it would happen often and be very annoying. Every day, his phone would go off and show the same thing. The mother of the child walked slowly down the path, her hands full of the leashes of 2 big, very active dogs. The boy would run ahead, turn into Dave's driveway, loop around, and then ride back to his mom. But what was he supposed to do? Not only were the frequent alerts getting annoying, but they were also taking up his alerts and memory storage. One thing was for sure, he wasn't going to be one of those awful people who would attack a child who was just playing. No, we needed to think of something else. The answer came quickly. He had learned a simple but useful skill when he was young. It was from long summer trips with friends and new experiences, and it only cost a couple of dollars. So, Dave went to the nearest dollar store, bought a bright bucket of chalk, and ran home with the perfect idea. The plan was easy. He didn't mind if the boy or anyone else used the driveway for a few seconds. He just needed them to stay away from the parts of his security system that could be turned off. Dave got on his knees, picked up a big piece of bright pink chalk, and pulled it along the ground. What's the end result? A winding racetrack with curve warnings and lines showing where to go. It gave the kids something to ride, but it didn't bother Dave. But there was the most important question. Was the boy going to use it? The next day, he made sure to pay close attention to the live stream. The mother and child show up on time, the child's tiny feet pushing the pedals as fast as they could. He would usually swerve in and out. This time, though, he stopped, looked at the road, and then turned to his mother. She smiled and nodded, and then she pointed to the end part of the track. That wasn't all, though. Not only was it the best way to solve what could have been a big problem in the neighborhood, but Dave also found that he liked doing it. When it rained and washed away the lines, he would just get a bucket and some chalk and draw a new one. In a cute way, his driveway became known around town. Why? The fun run wasn't just used by one little boy. A lot of other kids who were speeding in front of his house saw the chance and took it. Just when Dave thought things couldn't get any cuter or stranger, he heard something else on his records. First, the boy would finish the tracks and then give a little thank you wave to the camera. Dave was so upset that he thought he would just melt into a puddle on the floor. Second, it wasn't only used by kids. When he saw that adults also used it, his head dropped. One mom with a stroller smiled and took the side path. Shortly after, a kid on a scooter did the same thing. Even though it was hard, a few adults on their own bikes chose to try the course. It was an answer that made everyone happy and was better than anything Dave could have thought of. That's it for today, friends. Please let us know what you think about this story. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon for more amazing stories.